Imagine a fish so powerful it can swallow a shark whole. That's right, meet the giant grouper, the heavyweight champion of the reef, sometimes tipping the scales at over 600 pounds. But here's the twist. This ocean monster doesn't just rule the wild seas. It's also quietly running a global food empire. From tiny baby fish in carefully controlled nurseries to Michelin-starred restaurants serving its delicate white fillets, the grouper's journey is nothing short of jaw-dropping. And today, join factoryX as we're going deep, really deep, into the world of giant grouper farming and processing. We'll reveal how farmers raise these sea beasts from babies to dinner plates, why chefs drool over their meat, and what secret superpower makes this fish one of the weirdest and most fascinating creatures ever farmed. Spoiler, it involves switching genders. Yeah, Mother Nature really went wild with this one. So buckle up, because once you see how billions of dollars of grouper are harvested every year, you'll never look at your seafood platter the same way again. The rise of grouper farming. Let's start at the very beginning, the fish nursery. No, not a cute little kiddie pool with rubber duckies. We're talking giant saltwater tanks filled with baby groupers the size of your finger. Farmers watch over them like overprotective parents, checking water salinity, oxygen levels, and even lighting conditions. Yes, these baby fish basically live better than most of us in our first apartments. Why all the fuss? Because groupers are notoriously picky. A tiny change in water quality and poof, you could lose thousands of dollars of fish in a single night. To prevent disaster, modern farms use advanced pumps, UV filters, and even computerized systems that send alerts to farmers' phones if oxygen levels dip. That's right, these farmers get midnight. Your fish needs you texts like anxious parents of toddlers. As they grow, the groupers graduate to sea cages, massive floating nets anchored off the coast. Think of them as giant ocean playpens where the fish have room to flex those muscles and bulk up. It's like sending your kid from daycare straight to a CrossFit gym. Groupers' secret superpower. Here's where things get weird and kind of amazing. Groupers are what scientists call sequential hermaphrodites, meaning they can actually switch sexes during their lifetime. Most start life as females, and as they grow larger, some turn into males. Why? Because in grouper society, size really does matter. The biggest fish usually take on the role of dominant male, while the smaller ones remain female. This built-in gender-switching system makes them incredibly adaptable and ensures reproduction continues even if males are scarce. Imagine if humans worked this way. Sorry honey, I hit the gym a little too hard, and now I'm the man of the house, literally. But in aquaculture, this superpower is a goldmine. Farmers can carefully manage breeding populations, guaranteeing a steady supply of juveniles without overfishing the wild. It's sustainable seafood at its finest, with a twist of biological weirdness. From baby to ocean giant. Once they move into outdoor ponds or sea cages, the groupers are fed a high-protein diet of pellets enriched with fish meal, squid, and essential nutrients. These aren't your everyday fish flakes. We're talking gourmet fish chow that costs more per pound than some cuts of steak. At first, the groupers nibble on small feed multiple times a day. But as they grow into muscular behemoths, their appetite skyrockets. A single adult grouper can eat a fish half its size in one gulp. Farmers joke that raising groupers is like raising teenagers. They're always hungry, and you'd better not run out of food unless you enjoy chaos. After about 2 years of non-stop feasting, they reach market size, anywhere from 20 to 30 kilograms, that's 40 to 70 pounds. The true monsters? They can reach 100 kilograms or more. Picture a fish the size of your sofa swimming straight toward you. Yeah, I'd pass on that snorkeling trip. The harvest. After months, sometimes years, of pampered living in carefully monitored saltwater cages, it's finally harvest day for the mighty grouper. Think of it like high school graduation. Except instead of getting a diploma, the grouper's headed for the dinner plate. Now, harvesting a grouper is no small task. We're not talking about a flimsy little goldfish you can scoop with a net. These guys are massive, 20, 30, even up to 60 pounds each. Some of them are heavier than the fishermen hauling them out. Imagine trying to wrestle a slippery, muscle-bound sea creature that looks like it just finished a set at the gym. It's a full-body workout. Farmers use large nylon nets to corral the groupers inside their pens. The key here is gentleness. A scratched scale, a bent fin, or too much stress can downgrade the fish's market value. And when each fish can sell for hundreds of dollars, you'd better believe these farmers treat them like VIPs. It's less rough fishing expedition and more delicate aquatic ballet. Here's the cool part. Before they're even brought ashore, groupers are placed in big, oxygen-rich water tanks. Why? Because stressed out fish don't taste as good. No, seriously, stress causes lactic acid buildup in the muscles, which can mess with flavor and texture. So think of this as a luxury spa treatment right before. Well, Another fun fact, some of these harvests are team operations. One worker guides the net, another steadies the fish, and a third carefully transfers it into holding tanks. And let me tell you, when a 50-pound grouper thrashes, it's like a cannonball going off. If you're not ready, you're either going for a swim or ending up with a bruise the size of a grapefruit. And timing matters. Harvesting usually happens early in the morning, before the water heats up and oxygen levels dip. Cooler temps keep the fish calmer and fresher during transport. It's like scheduling a doctor's appointment first thing in the morning. Nobody wants to deal with cranky grouper in the afternoon heat. Once the haul is complete, the fish are loaded onto boats or trucks equipped with aerated seawater tanks. From there, they're whisked straight to processing facilities, often within hours. Every step of the way is about preserving that premium, firm, snow-white flesh seafood lovers can't get enough of. Real quick question. If you were on grouper harvest duty, would you volunteer to wrestle a 60-pounder out of the cage? Or would you be the person holding the clipboard and cheering from the sidelines? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, harvesting groupers isn't just fishing. It's a mix of skill, science, patience, and a little bit of bravery. Because when the ocean's heavyweight champions decide to put up a fight, you'd better hope you stretched that morning. Processing, from ocean titan to market-ready marvel. So the groupers have officially graduated from the water pens and taken their luxurious limo ride in oxygen-rich tanks to the processing facility. Now comes the part where science, speed, and skill meet, the transformation from big splashy fish to premium fillet on your plate. First things first, the fish are gently unloaded into holding pools at the plant. Think of it like a waiting lounge before check-in at the airport, except much shorter and with less Wi-Fi. Why the pool stopover? It helps calm the fish and stabilize them after transport, which makes for higher quality meat. Remember, calm grouper equals tastier grouper. Next up, stunning. And no, not like, wow, what a handsome fish. Stunning here refers to quickly and humanely putting the fish to sleep. Most facilities use either a quick percussive blow or an electric stunning method. The idea is simple: minimize stress, maximize meat quality. Grouper meat is prized for its firm, flaky texture, and no one wants tough grouper on the menu. Once the fish are stunned, it's straight to bleeding, another key step in premium seafood processing. Workers carefully cut the gill arches and let the fish bleed out in chilled seawater baths. Why? Because removing blood quickly ensures a cleaner flavor, whiter flesh, and longer shelf life. Without this step, the meat can take on a darker hue and a slightly metallic taste. So in other words, no shortcuts here. Now we head into the high-tech section, filleting. Imagine a team of skilled workers lined up like surgeons, each with razor-sharp knives designed for precision cuts. Grouper aren't small fish, so this process takes both strength and finesse. Each fillet is trimmed, checked for bones, and then sent down a conveyor line. It's part assembly line, part Iron Chef competition. Some larger facilities use automated filleting machines that can process dozens of fish per minute. These machines use 3D cameras and sensors to scan the size and shape of each fish, then adjust blade positions in real time for maximum yield. It's basically like giving a robot sushi master a PhD in engineering. But wait, we're not done. Fillets then go through the chilling stage. Rapid chilling locks in freshness and prevents bacterial growth. Facilities often use slurry ice, a mix of tiny ice crystals and seawater, to bring the temperature down super fast. It's like cryotherapy for fish fillets. Spa day number 2. Packaging comes next, and it's not just tossing fillets into bags. Oh no, this is high stakes. Each fillet is vacuum sealed, sometimes flash frozen, and labeled with full traceability data. That means the label can tell you which farm it came from, when it was harvested, and even which shift of workers processed it. Total accountability, because if you're paying premium prices, you deserve premium transparency. And here's where sustainability sneaks in too. Processing facilities are big on nothing goes to waste. Grouper heads, bones, and trimmings don't just get tossed. Instead, they're repurposed into fish meal, animal feed, or even high-grade fish oil supplements. So yes, your vitamin capsules might just be powered by the leftovers from your grilled grouper dinner. Finally, The finished product is packed into insulated shipping containers and sent off to its next destination. Whether that's a 5-star restaurant in Tokyo, a seafood market in New York, or your local supermarket. The whole journey from water pen to package can take less than 24 hours in top facilities. That's faster than most of us can get an Amazon order delivered. Distribution and market, Grouper's World Tour. Once the grouper fillets are vacuum sealed, chilled, and packed tighter than your suitcase on vacation, it's time for the grand finale, distribution. And trust me, this part of the journey is just as fascinating as the farming and processing. Because at this stage, we're basically watching a first-class global traveler make its way from a fish farm in Asia to dinner plates across the world. First stop, the cold chain. And no, that's not the latest Netflix drama. It's the ultra-strict refrigerated transport system that keeps grouper fillets fresh. From the second those fillets leave the processing facility, they're either packed in ice-packed boxes or loaded into temperature-controlled trucks that maintain a frosty 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. That's about fridge temperature. The cold chain is sacred. Break it, and you're not just risking flavor, you're risking food safety. And nobody wants grouper surprise when they ordered grilled grouper. Here's where it gets high-tech. Logistics companies use GPS trackers and even RFID tags to monitor every single shipment. Some labels even come with little sensors that tell buyers if the box ever got too warm. Think of it as a lie detector test for seafood. If a box sat in the sun for too long at an airport, the sensor tattles immediately. Now, speaking of airports, grouper fillets often take to the skies. Yep, these fish are frequent flyers. Because freshness is everything, shipments are often flown overnight to major markets like New York, London, Tokyo, or Dubai. Imagine your grouper leaving the farm on Monday and being served as sushi or a gourmet entree on Tuesday. Faster than your Amazon Prime order, once again. But not all grouper ends up jet-setting. Local markets still eat up a ton of it, especially in Southeast Asia, where live grouper is actually a delicacy. Yep, some high-end restaurants prefer their grouper delivered alive. That means farmers literally transport them in oxygenated tanks on trucks or boats, where they're sold still swimming. Talk about fresh-to-table dining. And if you've ever been to a seafood restaurant with tanks of live fish in the front, chances are you've seen this in action. It's basically pick your dinner, aquarium edition. At the wholesale markets, things get competitive. Buyers from restaurants, hotels, and distributors swarm the stalls, bargaining over size, cut quality, and freshness. A large, perfectly filleted grouper can fetch premium prices, sometimes hundreds of dollars per fish. That's why farmers and processors take such care earlier in the journey. Every scratch or bruise means lost value. Restaurants love grouper because of its versatility. It's like the Swiss Army knife of seafood. Grill it, fry it, bake it, steam it. Grouper's mild, slightly sweet flavor and firm texture hold up beautifully in dozens of cuisines. In the US, it's a go-to for fish sandwiches in Florida. In China, it's steamed whole with ginger and soy sauce. In the Mediterranean, it's grilled with olive oil and lemon. This one fish has a global fan club. Now let's not forget retail. Supermarkets get their share of the grouper haul too. Fillets show up shrink-wrapped in chilled cases, often with fancy labels highlighting farm-raised, sustainably sourced, traceable. Why? Because consumers today want more than just a fish fillet. They want the story behind it, and grouper farming delivers that in spades. It's seafood with a passport. And then there's sustainability, the marketing ace card. With wild grouper stocks under pressure in some regions, farm-raised grouper has become the responsible alternative. Distributors proudly tout eco-certifications from groups like the Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC. That little green label on the package isn't just decoration. It tells eco-conscious buyers their dinner didn't harm ocean ecosystems. Finally, let's talk economics. Grouper farming and distribution is big business. In some countries, it supports entire coastal communities, providing jobs from hatchery technicians to truck drivers to chefs. A single farm can pump millions of dollars into the local economy each year. And because global demand for premium white fish keeps climbing, grouper's role in the seafood market is only getting bigger. Okay, serious question. If you could have grouper any way you want, grilled, fried, baked, or sashimi style, which one are you choosing for your plate? Let me know in the comments, and don't say all of the above. That's cheating. So in the end, distribution isn't just about moving fish from point A to point B. It's a precision dance of cold storage, airplanes, live tanks, wholesale markets, and gourmet kitchens. all designed to make sure that when grouper hits your plate, it tastes like it came straight from the ocean. Because in a way, it basically did. From ocean to plate. So where do these prized fillets end up? Everywhere. High-end restaurants, bustling seafood markets, luxury hotels, and even your local supermarket freezer. Chefs love grouper because of its firm, white flesh and mild, slightly sweet flavor. It's versatile. You can grill it, steam it, fry it, or slice it raw for sashimi. In Chinese cuisine, a whole steamed grouper with ginger and soy sauce is considered a banquet masterpiece. And nutritionally, it's a powerhouse. Lean protein, omega-3 fatty acids for brain and heart health, plus calcium, potassium, and phosphorus. Basically, it's the kind of fish your doctor would happily prescribe. Why grouper is worth the hype? Here's the thing, grouper isn't just another farmed fish. It's rare, it's valuable, and it's raised with almost obsessive care. The slow growth means each harvest is a long-term investment. Farmers sometimes wait 2 years or more for their payday. That patience, combined with advanced farming technology, makes every fillet worth its weight in gold. So the next time you see grouper on a menu, remember, it didn't just magically appear there. It started as a finger-sized baby in a carefully monitored tank, bulked up in massive ocean cages, survived a stress-free harvest, endured precision filleting and flash freezing, all to end up as the star of your dinner plate. Not bad for a fish that could swallow a shark whole, right? And that's the insane journey of the giant grouper, from reef predator to fine dining delicacy. Proof that with a little science, a lot of patience, and just the right amount of humor, even the ocean's most intimidating fish can become the world's most mouth-watering meal. If you love this deep dive into food production, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell. Because next time, we might just take you inside the secret world of how your favorite snacks are made. Until then, stay curious, and maybe don't go snorkeling where the groupers hang out.